Greetings, Team OverHauled. I just wanted to send you guys a video and tell you a little story as to why I think my daughter and her vehicle should be on your show. It's an interesting story, and I think one that once you see it, you'll understand maybe a little bit more why I'm so passionate and interested in you guys taking a look. So walk with me through this story as I explain to you why I believe my daughter's Datsun 1969 Datsun 2000 should be the next vehicle that you overhaul. Thanks for your consideration. The inspiration is none other than Chip Foose and the A-Team at OverHauled. The mark is my daughter, Taylor Renee Drake, 17 years old, soon to be 18, a girl of many talents, attributes, very loving, very kind. The reason why that I think that you should consider my daughter's vehicle for your show is her poppy. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law gave my daughter the Datsun about 10 or 12 years ago. My father-in-law is a 20-year Vietnam and Korean War veteran who is very giving and very kind, always open to helping anybody else. He was also one of the ones, along with my mother-in-law, that raised my daughter when I was out working as a defense contractor, and young in marriage, my wife and I both had jobs. The possibilities of this vehicle are limitless in the hands of the A-Team at OverHauled. Some of the photos that we've discovered and vehicles that we've seen are different jobs that people have done to Datsuns. One of my friends, Gordon's vehicle, another vehicle out in California we kind of liked. The reality is it's a nice car. It is an import, so it's a little different from something that you guys have done before. However, it's very much a muscle car. Originally, the car came out with a 2-liter 2.0 4-cylinder with 2 carburetors. We've bought a 302 and we've yet to put it in, but the interest is to have a turbocharged 302 in the vehicle. So the possibilities are limitless with this vehicle. But the reality is this, is the vehicle is in this shape right now. Here's the story. My father-in-law, a very good man, 20-year veteran, joined the Army at the age of 16. Fought in the end of the World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. And returning from Vietnam, he bought this car from a friend in Jacksonville, Florida, and drove it quite frequently. He would take my mother-in-law on trips all across the country, pulled behind an RV. And they enjoyed this vehicle very much. He then had the vehicle painted blue just to keep the rust off of it, as he explained to me. And when my mother-in-law passed away, he gave the car in this shape to my daughter and I to be my daughter's first car. We got it running again, bled the brakes out, worked on the clutch, worked on the engine, and we're getting ready to do some body work. We found a man in North Carolina that was the Datsun race team mechanic of the 70s and 80s. Thought that would be a great person to help us in building the dream car that my daughter wanted. Unfortunately, things went south. After having the car for about 2 years and very frequent calls and requests as to what the status was of our car, I finally went over to retrieve the car, only to find that he had pushed it out into the woods, put somewhat of a tarp over it, and began to take parts off of it. Whatever the reasons were behind his rationale, our car was set back years from its original state. So we parked the car in our garage and left it in our garage for several more years until I felt I had the money to be able to take it and get a frame-off restoration done on it for my daughter. In 2010, I took it to a shop in Indiana to begin that process. As a defense contractor, I was making decent money and felt that I could finally get this car prepared for my daughter. So we brought it to a shop in Indiana, and they began the frame-off restoration. Unfortunately, through a course of events beyond this man's control, the vehicle has not been able to be repaired beyond the state that you see it in now. He's got the frame off, the body off of the frame, and he's done some body work, but unfortunately no interior work has been done, and the vehicle sits in his garage. So here's the solution. We feel that Team Overhaul would not only enjoy this story of making a young girl's dreams come true, but the reality of it is this. My father-in-law passed away just 2 weeks ago, never getting to see the dream of my daughter and him having the car complete. And so not only had my mother-in-law passed away, her nanny, but her poppy as well. And so I implore this team, the A team, to use your resources, yes, but your heart. I've watched your show, and show after show as my family sits around, we watch as tears well up in the eyes of almost all the people on the show as they make people's dreams come true. And we too find ourselves teary-eyed and well pleased in the happiness that you've brought to somebody. So we ask you as well, would you consider making our dreams come true? Thank you for your consideration, and God bless the A-team at OverHauled, Chip Foose, and all the great folks there. Thank you for your consideration, and God bless you.